Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for Yesterday is Dead by Josiah Queen. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel or give this video a like, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can click the three dots next to the like button and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon as we speak. You can also opine my available merch on Spreadshop, and there's a link in the description for that as well. If you'd like to join my newsletter, well, there is an opportunity to do that, and if you do, you get my top 8 tuning tips for free. So that's the last link that I'll mention in the description. Go ahead and grab your acoustic guitar, and you don't need a capo today. Let's get started. Like I said, you're not going to need a capo, and we're going to be playing in the key of C, so fairly easy chords if you're familiar with them. Here they are: C, G, A minor, and F. Now there is a C over E as well, which really doesn't matter because you're using the same C shape, just adding that low E string. Now if you're unfamiliar how to play those chords, well, let's just break them down very quickly. To play the C chord, I'm putting my index finger on the B string 1st fret, middle finger D string 2nd fret, ring finger A string 3rd fret. Now for the traditional C chord, no E string on the bottom, right? But I'm playing C over E, I can add that low E. I forgot to mention there is a C suspended, so just keep that same shape and drop your pinky down on the D string 3rd fret. Now you might see me play F this way, but technically you should drop that middle finger down to the G string 2nd fret, and now you have an F chord. I'm going to avoid strumming the E strings, so the high E and the low E strings. There's F. Now you might also see me bar the F. If you're not comfortable with that, that's totally fine. You can roll with this one, but if you want that low bass note in that barred chord from that low E 1st fret, well, bar that entire 1st fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret G string, ring finger and the pinky go on the A and D strings of the 3rd fret. And there you are. There's the F bar chord version. Again, you can use this one or this one, whatever floats your fancy. All right, you're going to need an A minor also, so put that index finger back on the B string, 1st fret, middle finger and the ring finger, they're going to go in the 2nd fret, covering the D and G strings. That's A minor, just don't strum that low E. For the G chord, I'm playing my middle finger on the low E 3rd fret, index finger 2nd fret, A string, and then I'm going to put my pinky down on the high E 3rd fret. I'm going to leave that open B string. Sometimes you'll see me put that ring finger down on the 3rd fret, but I'm not going to do that this time. So leave that B string open. And there you go. That's the G chord with an open B string. A lot of people will still play it that way, but this song specifically calls for it, so make sure you're playing it in that form. All right, so those are all the chords you need to know. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put them on the screen for you, and I'll say them as we go along. I'll dissect the picking pattern as well, because that's kind of the heart and soul of this song. And then there's a lot of hard stops, so be aware that it's not just one strumming pattern the whole way through. Kind of is, but you can't get away with that because there's some nice hard stops with the percussion. So just make sure you keep that in the back of your mind while you watch the playthrough and try to play along with me. If you have to slow it down, click that gear icon and slow it down just a little bit, and I'll try to play something slower after we play through it. So get ready. Here we go. C, C suspended, C, C suspended, C, C suspended, C, C suspended, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, G, C over E, F, C, A minor, G, F, C, C suspended, 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 A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, G, G, C over E, F, C, A minor, G, F, C, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, G. Get ready to break again. C over E, F, C, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, F, C. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that playthrough. And yeah, that was pretty fast, and more power to you if you're a beginner and you're trying to take a bite out of this song. And yes, that's a Petra reference as well. But let's talk about some simple things that are kind of like the salt and pepper of this song, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. So we're doing that little riff between the chorus and the verses. It goes... It's a pentatonic scale, basically. You have C, D, E, G. C, D, E, G, or Do, Re, Mi, So, right? And you could do it one of two ways. You can do it the way I've done it. C on the 3rd fret, A string, slide it up to 5th fret. Now you're on the D string, 2nd fret, and 5th fret, D string. Now, you obviously have a G, open G that you could play. So C, D, E, G, and then there you go. Your F chord is the next thing that you'll have to play. And some people might like that open G at the end. And you can tell that I kind of messed up there. So you might want to land with the open G string. That way it's just easier to get to that F chord right away. Or you can be adventurous. Whatever you do, just make sure that you can get to that F chord as quick as you can. Next thing to study is probably the main strumming pattern. So let's start with that, and you can start without playing a chord if you want, and just get that rhythm down. When you're doing the down, up in between the main down strums, I would recommend that you're kind of brushing the lower strings, if you will. So if I'm playing C, of course that's at tempo, so let's slow it down. You notice that I'm not doing when I'm going back and forth and doing that alternate strum. Kind of keeping things tight. And when you watch that music video for this song, Josiah's not going all crazy or doing the windmill, right? He's kind of keeping things very tight because there's no way to play everything all the way down from one end of the body of the guitar to the next at that tempo. You just can't do it. Your arm's going to fall off. A little slower. And even slower. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. And it just repeats and repeats and repeats. Now, like I said before at the intro of this video, you want to make sure that you get those breaks, and especially with the F chord. That's really near the end of the choruses. And finally, of course, the picking pattern that starts the song. Now I'm kind of playing it unconventionally. I have my pick in my right hand, I'll be honest. So that might seem difficult, right? But just think that your thumb is going to cover all the bass notes. So it's really sticking around the low E and the A strings. In this case, when we're playing the C chord, that thumb's going to go on the A string. So after the thumb plays the low A string, my index finger is going to play the G string. Then the middle finger is going to play the B string, and it's going to drag back to the G string, and then the index finger plays the D string. Now I can get away with that because I'm kind of holding my pick right now. If I had all my fingers and my pinkies available to play, then I would try to take that and use that to my advantage using all my fingers, but I'm not. I'm kind of limited here. So really slowly. And building up speed. And really, your thumb is the only thing that moves because everything else stays the same. Your other fingers have to stay on their respective strings, but the thumb is the only one that alternates between the A string and the low E string. So I think that's really the only complicated thing, aside from making sure that you're playing that pattern on tempo and that it's consistent throughout. It's not like it's speeding up or slowing down while you're playing. I think that's the hardest part. My recommendation, play it at a slower tempo. Just focus on one chord, get real comfortable with that, and then you can alternate chords with the left hand and see how smooth you can transition between each one. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can click the 3 dots next to the like button, and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon as we speak. You can also opine my merch on Spreadshop. And lastly, go ahead and check out my newsletter if you do, and you subscribe. You get that top 8 tuning tips PDF that I made a while back that every musician should know for free. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great week. God bless.